just went through a dungeon just to the east of the sandy part of the map. They since completed that dungeon. They found a... What did you guys find? A cube, that's right. A perfect black cube with etchings on it that Rob was very smart about how he was able to discern those and received an inspiration point for being smart because I didn't think of that. We're greeted outside by a group of orcs that presumably worked for Victor, and he has since tasked them for double their pay to go to the southeast part of the map and find his daughter. So right now they're kind of figuring out where they want to go there. It's quite a long way to travel, so with that I'm going to turn it over to the party.
Okay.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
So what are we doing as far as like
Well,
Kate's character goes, or we just
So we're just going to meta the fact that Katie is not here, rather than trying to explain it away in some awkward sense, since you all are kind of like a mishambled group of fellow travelers. Anyway, she disappeared in the night while you were sleeping, and you don't know where she is.
Is she in her little lamp?
That's racist.
That is racist.
Racist.
That is pretty racist.
So, once Donnie finds his seat, without, that was much better that time.
Stop.
Okay, so
Stop.
yes, you find yourself in that nice deserty area. What does the party wish to do?
Oh, I need
Okay,
a map.
so if I remember
Find
correctly-
city. Find city for both.
Find city for a boat.
Why not find a boat and then a city?
Don't be stupid, giant.
No, she's not being stupid, she's just being paradoxical. There's a difference.
Shut up, stupid
I'm
giant.
sorry, I forget I have intelligence of 10, so I shouldn't be able to meta that much. Anyway, so we need to find a boat to a city. Because, unfortunately, my mind's a little all over the place right now. Where was our next destination that we were supposed to head off to?
To
46-ish?
Yeah, 46-ish. So it's pretty much going through
so
there.
yeah, we need to.
Here.
We need to get a barge.
Why do we need a lot of fucking boats
Why
right
don't
now?
we go back to Beachboro?
Just forget about everything.
Forget about
No, to get out.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, we can just stop this now. We can go on a resort trip, something along that.
We
I'm
could.
just.
Go on
I'm
like
trying
a
to make it
cruise.
funny, and it didn't work. Never mind.
Go to Beach Barrel.
I'm down for going to Beach Barrow.
Sounds good.
Okay. So the party makes its way over to Beachboro. It takes you the better part of an afternoon to get down there. It was pretty easy traveling, based on where you came out of the mountains there. And let's see. Let's go to Beachboro. Why is that at night? We want to do night. That is. Yes. We now find ourselves in the town of Beachboro.
Yay!
Yay!
You do have the map to the town still.
Yes, we do. Crow. Please. Gust.
Do we need to roll initiative for that, guys?
No. I'm sorry. This was out of character.
Stupid giant. Beach Barrel. Enter from here.
No, the northern part.
Yeah, so we came through this way?
There's the road.
The road? Okay.
That works.
So, yet again, we need to find passage.
Alright, you find boat.
Okay.
As you walk in to town, the weather has seemed to take a turn. The seas look fairly rough. There seems to be storms brewing off the coast.
Okay. So there are storms off the coastline.
The wind is whipping through the streets. A cool, brisk air comes in off the shores.
Go find captains. See what they think of this. I need to find something else.
Would it be safe to assume that captains seeing this oncoming storm, I can't speak, would be in like taverns or pubs or something along that line. Okay. From the town map, where's the closest pub?
There's one a couple streets down.
Okay.
Just a nameless pub.
I go ahead and just recite a quick prayer underneath my breath and head towards a pub.
Okay.
That I can find.
Who's going with you?
I will follow him because I don't trust his intelligence right now.
I need to go find something away from group.
Okay. So Rob is going to leave the group and split the party and go off on his own.
Oh, fantastic.
Good.
Sarah, I'm assuming you're going to go with them, or do you have something else?
Yeah, I'll follow Darian
Okay.
and Donnie.
So Rob will come back to you. Donnie and Darian, you guys find yourself.
I'm sorry, DM, but is this the town where they don't like non-humans, or this?
No,
No,
that's
no,
the
that
kingdom
was-
of Roth. That's up in the
we're-
northeast.
Okay,
Far
yeah.
away.
Up
Yeah,
there,
you're way
yeah.
way away from that.
Don't
So
worry, it'll be way more easy to find a boat here.
So Sarah, Darian, Donnie, you guys find the small pub. You walk in. It is seemingly more bustling with people than you're used to seeing in small towns like this. There are a lot of very drunk, rowdy people drinking around the bar and the tables. The wenches seem to be running around in circles trying to keep up with all the drink orders.
Excellent. Okie
Can I roll a perception check to see if I notice anyone that may resemble a sea captain?
Sure.
I will as well.
Okay.
Lathander, bless this dice. Mwah, spicy 2018.
Hey, nice.
Hey, that's +3, so that's 22.
13.
Okay, Sarah, there are very many people here. There, maybe some of them are captains. You're not really sure.
But there are a lot of men around here.
But there are a lot of men.
Are they big and burly?
Yes, they working on the mast. Just take a moment.
So
All right,
good.
so Donovan, you see what looks to be probably a couple of men that could very well be captains sitting around a table playing a game of liar's dice.
Oh boy. I slowly approach the table, not as to not interrupt their game.
Okay, they're not paying attention to you.
I clear my throat and go, gentlemen.
One of them hears you and turns around and kind of gives you a bit of a misunderstanding look of what the heck do you want?
Ah, good, you turned around. I need to buy passage on a boat. Are any of you captains? You look to be of the sort.
The three, I will say 4 men that are sitting around the table playing this game are quite possibly intoxicated. One of them hears your request for boat passage and just starts laughing. Right? The one that turned around to look at you smirks a bit as he hears the other one laughing, knowing that you are not seagoing folk. And goes, well, have you seen the weather outside?
I have. Do you know what's up with that?
It's called a storm.
Do any of you gentlemen have a prediction as to how long that storm is going to last?
Probably a while. He takes another big gulp of his ale.
So would any of you gentlemen be seaworthy enough to take me and a couple friends to a distant land?
He pauses, takes another drink of his ale and goes, but have you seen the weather outside?
Yes.
This is a fucking Seinfeld.
It hasn't been this bad in ages.
Well,
This is some Abbott and Costello.
Last time I
shit.
saw a storm like this, it lasted the better part of a week.
well. How about when the storm subsides?
He just stares at you like he wasn't even listening. Takes another drink.
I'm willing to pay you currency once the storm has passed.
The other one sitting to his right looks exceptionally perturbed and calls out to him, "Hey, it's your turn. He said 3 5s." And the man turns back around and goes back to his game.
That's an interesting game you guys are playing over here.
Are you guys playing for money?
4 5s.
Are you guys playing with money?
He the one that was talking with Donnie earlier turns around and sees the 8-foot-tall Goliath in all of her glory, and is a little confused because, albeit there is a female that is standing there who he finds very attractive,
Excellent.
but at the same time is going, damn, she's tall. He's not saying anything, he's just staring at you.
Yeah, he's no lumberjack.
I'm gonna
Can't
come.
fell
I'm gonna
that
come
straight.
in between their legs, basically, with my little fucking 4-foot
Okay.
nothing self.
You're gonna walk between their legs?
Look, we're just looking for a captain that can guide us to our destination. We will pay whatever we can, or however much you're requesting, we will pay.
As you're saying that, he sees you walk from beneath their legs, and he's like, what? The bar wench walks over, and she's obviously been hearing parts of this and laughing to herself slightly as you were trying to converse with a bunch of drunken sailors. And she just kind of walks over and goes, it's no use, doll.
It's no use with that computer over here, too.
Noted, so who will help us?
I don't think you're going to find anyone here this evening that's going to be willing to do anything for you. In fact, the weather looks like it's going to be bad for quite a while.
Do you know of a brave soul willing to...
She pauses, closes her eyes, thinks, and breathes out and goes, but have you seen the weather outside? And walks away. Robert.
Gust is trying to find someone who knows this area very well, or knows maybe some kind of like explorers league or that sort of group.
Okay. Make a insight check.
Huh.
That one.
Nope. In fact, you're pretty sure people here are just boring.
Boring
They don't squawk like you do.
and squat like you do.
I guess I'm going to try and find a less proper kind of people.
Okay.
Ones who would stick to the shadows and try to...
Make an insight check at advantage.
Ooh. Don't throw me now. Hey, there we go.
17.
You have heard tales of this city having a little place known as the League of Shady People.
Subtle.
Subtle.
Soup play.
Do I know where this is?
Yes, it's most likely towards the outskirts of town.
I'm going to make my way there.
Okay. Donovan,
Yes, sir.
Sarah, Darian,
Mm-hmm.
nobody is paying attention to you.
Apparently.
Mimi will inquire again if they are playing for money. They're liar's dice.
Make a perception check.
19.
There's a lot of coin being moved around on the table.
Show them goods, girl.
Mimi will inquire if she could join.
This is stupid.
I'm a compulsive gambler. I can't help it.
Ah. I forgot about that, yeah.
They ask you if you have any money.
I pull out my purse and throw it on the table.
The loud thud of the purse full of how much?
Well,
How much is in your purse?
okay. 442 gold.
Their eyes get
There
exceptionally
would be more
wide.
like 100 gold in a purse.
Okay.
Their
Like
eyes
holes.
get pretty wide. The one man who hasn't really, or it looked like he was getting perturbed earlier because Donnie was interrupting the game, looks over at a younger gentleman that is sitting at another table, just in arm's reach, and he goes, "Hey!" The guy stumbles up and he just grabs the chair and sets it down next to him.
I sit down and proceed to gamble, while keeping my eyes downcast because I'm very uncomfortable around these gentlemen. But I
You can't.
need
you
to
can't
gamble.
Help. You
I
can't
can't help
but
it.
to play a game.
Okay.
Play a game or two.
Don't make me actually do it because I'm horrible at liar's dice.
Okay.
Maybe you just roll like dexterity checks.
Are you trying to play or are you trying to cheat?
Play?
Okay. So you're trying to play.
Yeah. So it's not so much deception; it would just be more of like, not even sleight of hand. It'd just be dexterity. As far as I'm
I
concerned.
feel like
Liar's
it'd
dice?
still be sleight of hand though.
Or insight, because you're trying to gauge if the people
Sure.
are lying.
Oh,
let's
yeah.
let's play a few rounds of liar's dice.
So,
With
sleight
insight?
of hand
Yes.
versus
So-
insight.
when you're trying to determine if I'm lying, you're going to use insight.
Okay.
When you're trying to make your roll what you want it to be, to more
Sleight of
accurate,
hand?
you're going to do sleight of hand.
Okay.
So, so they all shake their cups and they look at you and put 10 gold on the table.
I'll put 20 gold on him.
Okay, they all put 20 gold on the table to match.
Okay.
There is now 100 gold sitting on the table. Okay.
Okay.
They all roll. They all shake their cups, flip them over, put them down.
Okay.
Roll your sleight of hand.
Lathander, bless you guys.
Donnie,
3.
why?
Okay.
Donnie, why?
Because Lathander's love.
Then it doesn't love you that much.
No, I'm not her, so.
Okay. So you make your roll, and then you decide to call. So make your
Insight?
insight check to see if you are higher than them.
10.
Okay. You call the gentleman to your right. You lift up the cup, and it is in fact you win.
Wait,
So he is eliminated. You gain 100 gold.
Sweet.
They ask you if you want to play again.
Yes.
Okay. They put 100 gold on the table.
I put 200.
Two of them match your bet. The other two are like, ha, no. Roll your sleight of hand.
League of shady people.
2.
You know, with your shooting
Okay.
shits.
Roll your insight check.
Nat 20.
You're pretty sure that what is under your cup is exactly what the guy next to you called. So you call him one up. Make your insight check.
It did.
Do it again.
Oh.
Or, yeah.
20 non-natural.
Okay. The guy to your left tries to call you and is completely wrong. As you take the gold off the table, he flips the table over in a fit of rage and storms away. The barmaiden is standing there with 2 mugs that she was going to give them and goes, "Here," and hands them to you, and then flips the table back
No,
over.
I want to flip the table for her.
Okay, you can flip the table for us.
Isicor, you can drink one of those? Thank
Robert.
I think you've had enough games.
You make
for
your
a
way
while.
to the League of Shady People in town. You're pretty sure that's not actually what it's called, but you've heard rumors. And being the unimaginative bird that you are, you never questioned them. So you find this staircase that leads down next to the waterway that runs through town. You kind of walk around the corner, and underneath the little bridge that's there, you find a door. The slot above your head opens, and seeing nobody, closes again. The slot at your level opens, and he goes, "Huh." Closes and opens the door. "Come on in!"
Work my way in there.
Okay.
Look around. What,
Strut your feathers.
There are a bunch of shady people sitting around. A couple of them are talking. A couple of them are sharpening knives. 2 of them are actually playing poker.
Poker barely knew her.
Shut up.
I'm going to be looking for someone who has information about runes or coastal castles that have been abandoned or things like that.
Okay. Go ahead and make your check.
Insight?
Yes.
18.
There's an individual sitting over in the corner sharpening his knife who is discussing something with another individual who's just sitting there. The individual sharpening his knife sets down the sharpening stone for a second, picks up a glass of what looks to be wine, and takes a drink of it, and then sets it back down and starts sharpening his knife again.
I will make my way over to him.
It's like, what's down?
He sees you walking over, doesn't actually look up with his face. His eyes look up to you, which obviously isn't that far from where he is sitting. It's like that. And he's just sitting there sharpening his knife, watching you approach. He obviously is very aware of when you entered the room and has been kind of following you with his eyes.
And he has a taste for bird right now.
What do you do?
Gust will walk up to him,
Mm-hmm.
stop a few feet away from him, and go, I have a question. Pay for answers.
He motions, sit, and he looks at the other guy, leave. The other guy gets up and leaves.
Gust goes and sits in the chair. Looking for ruins. Near coast somewhere. Smell like ocean inside.
You realize that most ruins by the coast are going to smell like the ocean.
Probably should.
Not sure where, just need to know how many.
You want to know all of the coastal ruins.
Can I describe to him the room?
You can. Okay. You describe the room, and he sits back in the seat. He has since set his knife down, and he is sitting with his glass of wine. It looks like he is looking at you and past you at the same time. He's kind of 1,000 yards staring in your direction as he is trying to take in what you've described to him, and at the same time decide what he's going to do with you. There are many coastal rooms. This one doesn't sound overly particular, but that's what makes me scratch my head a bit. Most places have discernible markings, but what you're describing is void of those. I don't think I've ever seen something like that before. Takes another sip of his wine.
Do you know of places you might have not explored then? Might narrow down search.
He asks, make a... Make an investigation check. I'm trying to have you basically go back and see if you can think of any other details that maybe have escaped your mind.
No, you got angled down a little too low.
15.
Okay. You describe to him the type of stones that you saw in the walls. The lack of breeze and fresh air. The smell of the salt and how stale the smell is. He sits back again, thinking to himself, and then he says, I can't think of a place I've ever seen like that. But I can tell you one place I've never been before.
Gust stops for a moment, takes out his coin purse, takes out 100 gold and puts it next to the man, and then takes out a map. Where?
Under the ocean.
Where?
It's a big ocean.
Insight to see if I think he knows
Okay.
actually where it is.
11.
So 13.
He probably knows more than he's telling you.
Very important. I find place. Alright. Not one for playing games.
Neither am I.
Another 100 gold.
He points on your map to the,
I can.
and I'll point to you here in a second. But he looks at you and he goes, "If I was going to put something like that where nobody would find it, I would probably put it in the deepest parts of the ocean, and that should narrow your search down." He takes the gold.
Thank you.
There's like 2 or 3 spots that he points to as like the deepest parts. So, you guys.
Alright, so we're still at the tavern?
Yes, it is now starting to get late. You've been sitting at one of the tables that you could actually find that was open as people started to leave for the night. The bar wench, or one of the bar wenches, who is very frazzled at this point. Her hair is all over the place. They obviously don't get this many patrons when the weather's good. She comes over, takes a deep sigh. "Is there anything I can get for you, love?"
I'm still nursing the mug. She just kind of nonchalantly handed it to me. And I still can say, no, I'm quite fine, thank you.
Need water for me.
I'll ask if they have rooms.
You're a lot richer.
I am. How much money did I win? Because I bet 200.
You won 400.
Okay.
So you got your 200 back and you won 400 more.
600.
So 600?
600 for the buggy.
So you should net 600 over whatever you started with.
So you're paying for our rooms, right?
They do not have rooms.
We can afford a nice alleyway.
By the way, Gust was going to leave the League of Shady People and head to the tavern. He heard all
Okay.
the words.
You walk in as the bar wench is telling Sarah that they don't have any rooms available.
Oh.
Oh, hey, Gust is back.
Hello, Gust.
Make an insight check, everybody.
Lathander, bless my dice. Mwah, spicy.
12.
Nat 20.
4.
Insight.
Donovan.
16.
10 and above. Let's see. 10 and above. You guys are able to discern the fact that this place is bustling because all the ships are in port, and there's probably not going to be rooms available for quite some time. Donnie, you know that there's not going to be any rooms available for quite some time, and that's probably how it's going to be across the city.
So I relayed this information. I think like it's insight from my god, essentially. Like he's kind of telling me like you're fucked.
No, Donnie, there's a shit ton of people that were in the bar. They were all drinking. All of the ships were in the harbor when you came in.
Yes.
And everybody left and went upstairs.
Yes, my superior brain thinks has
Yes.
informed me
Well
that
done.
we're essentially not going to find a room in this town at all. So either we're stuck in an alleyway or we gotta go outside of the town.
We can go camping.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Camping's fine.
You're able to make it probably about a mile outside the town before nightfall really hits.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna find.
And by nightfall, I mean like really late. Like y'all are getting tired kind of late.
Okay. I guess we'll set up a campfire. I'll take first watch.
How's the weather?
It's pretty shitty. It's not so much raining or anything around here. I mean, you are in the desert, but you can hear the clash of thunder and you can see the lightning off the coast. There's a pretty good storm off the coast.
Hey everybody, and thanks for watching the Non-Human Group. If you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button. Already subscribed? Well, hit that bell icon to get notifications when we post new videos. We also do live streams of these very episodes nearly every Tuesday. But more importantly, What were your favorite parts? Start a conversation in the comments below. Okay, see you next episode.